You get one chance and one chance only.
Folks, I want to talk to you tonight about the early days of PFS. You have such a great heritage in this company. Let me ask you this, folks. Let me ask you this, folks. How could a ragtag army dominate the largest dadgum industry in the world? Listen to this. This is unbelievable. Look at the scoreboard. February 10, 1977, you were born in Atlanta, Georgia. We had a total of 85 people, 8 offices in 3 states. 98% of our business came from Atlanta, Georgia. And a few years later, you exploded all over this country. And in the 80s, you won 6 consecutive national championships. Listen to this, folks. In the largest industry in this country, some of the most famous companies in the world, Prudential, New York Life, been in business over 100 years. Our 12th year, we became the first and only $300 billion company. Folks, in the 80s, you beat the number 2 and number 3 companies combined. In the 80s, that 85 people exploded to become an international giant. But you know what? You know what really amazed me? Is you changed the thinking of a whole industry. Number 1, folks, you forced the competition to compete, to come out with better products. But you know what? They still ain't no good. Listen to this, folks. They passed laws, they passed administrative stuff to make that tough for us. In Texas, this is hard to believe, but in Texas, they passed a law through the House and the Senate that you couldn't replace a cash value policy with term. But the governor vetoed it, thank goodness. Folks, you changed that today. Do you understand in the world we operate in, there's a bias towards term insurance and against cash value. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Hey, what about Consumer Report, PFS, King of Term? But you know what? You know what really gets me? Is you were born in the early days to make a difference, to stand out from the crowd. Started with 85 people. He exploded all over the United States and Canada. Folks, listen to this. In just a few years, you could go to any city in the United States and Canada. Let's say LA, town of 15 million people, or Toronto, Canada, city of 5 or 6 million people, or Cairo, Georgia, where I grew up, at 10,000 people. You could go anywhere in these 2 countries, any town, any city, any village, and you walk in any insurance office, or you walk in any insurance meeting, and you mention A.L. Williams, and their face gets red, and the veins pop out of their neck. Everybody in this dadgum industry knew and feared A.L. Williams. And you know what? You know what? When I mention A.L. Williams, do you know who that is? Do you know who that is? That's you. That's your daddy. That's your granddaddy. It's the same company. It's your same blood.